the world of rating beards, a very good one.
He really does.
In fact, it might be so good a beard that on the next Supernatural In and Out podcast, when Rob and I watch an episode that we really like, we might rate it a beard named after this gentleman. Am I wrong? Misha Collins!
Beard on beard.
That, I can't believe that you were just whoring out my beard.
That was hot beard on beard.
I have a shameless ratings grab for your podcast.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You know what, by the way? That's the venue that you want to showcase a beard on an audio. Well played, gentlemen. Way to capitalize.
Don't tell us how to screw up our podcast. We'll screw it up on our own. Thank you very much.
Right, we're professionals.
Yep.
All right, fine. Everybody, Misha Collins.
You guys have to check out their new beard rating podcast. I think you're gonna love it.
People like our beard ratings, you big dumb jerk. With a beard.
Oh, I see. That's how it's gonna go. What? So he just walks away in the middle of an insult.
Contractually, I have to leave stage.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm asking you to be up here. That is a lie. I actually asked for them to, for creation, to speak with those guys about getting off the stage faster. So it's my time to share with you showboats. Let's enjoy the silence. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Nice to see you. How many of you came a great distance to be here? By which I mean further than an adjacent Hawaiian island. Wow. Why did so many more hands go up when I qualified that? What did you all think? Like, oh no, I didn't come that far, I'm just coming from Japan. Hi, everyone. I don't know what we should talk about today. Let's see. Maybe we should talk about, oh, I know, here's one thing I wanted to talk about. We're doing a fundraiser for Maui, and it seems like it's a fitting place to bring this up now that we're here in Hawaii. So far we've raised quite a bit of money. Like, yeah, actually. And that's an actual figure that I'm sharing with you. I believe we're at like 35,000, 36,000. My costume designer on Gotham Knights got caught wind of this because her name is Jennifer May Nickel, and a lot of you harass her online apparently. So she made these great custom bags with drawings that she made herself. And then she made a pair of shoes. They're in my size, and they're Gotham Knights themed. Oh my gosh, this is so refreshing. I can say the names of our friends. For those of you who haven't been to a creation convention in a while, we have been forced to, by Screen Actors Guild rules, we're not allowed to say the names of the shows that we've been on, so we haven't been able to say Supernatural legally. We do it anyway, but we're in constant threat of being ousted from our own union for doing so. So now we can finally talk about it. But at these conventions in the last 6 months, people have had to come up to the microphone and ask questions that are not related to the show. And it turns out that is a recipe for disaster. So we have, everything is back on the rails now, and we can speak freely. So these are shoes that are bespoke. That is a fancy word for custom. And Jennifer May Nickel made them in the Gotham Knights theme, and they're in my size. so they won't fit anyone in this room. And she asked me to auction them off, so I'm gonna do that. And I am gonna start the bidding at $100 myself. I'm not saying, who wants to offer $100? I'm saying, I'm offering $100 because they fit me. So, I'm starting the bidding at $100. Who would like to bid more? I'm an excellent auctioneer, as you can tell. A lot of experience in this field. Yes, you would. Great, you're gonna bid. Oh, that's awesome. Well, great, thank you. Oh wait, that's not how it works. What would you like to offer for this fight? Let's talk about it. What? 110. Oh, that's a pretty cheap little increase. Who is not going to waste my time? Yes. 200. Come on, you can do better than that.
300.
300. Okay, I did 500.
Keep them.
Who wants to bid? Bid 600? You have to bid 600 because I bid 500. You have to bid 505, motherfucker. Yeah. Okay, we got bid at $505. Bid $550. Bid $550. Bid $600. Bid $600. Who wants these nice shoes for big giant man? $600. You can't. $800. A woman can fill these shoes. $800. $900. $900. Somebody else is rich up in the front row here. Who wants $900? Big $900. Somebody waved their hand back there. You did. You raised your hand kind of tentatively, like I can't actually afford this one. I'm feel sorry about it. Bid $1,000. Bid $1,000. I'm offering you the opportunity. Bid $1,000. Bid $1,100 to your friend. Bid against each other. Come on. Your friends. Bid against each other. It's a fun, like, sporty friend thing. You're not going to let your friend beat you, are you? Bid $1,200. Bid $1,200. You know what? There are two shoes. You could each bid $1,100. I'm just saying. Bid $1,200. Bid $1,200. Anybody in the room? $1,200 for a size 12. Bid $1,300. Bid $1,300 for a size 12 shoe. That's a lot per size. I don't know why. I just got southern for that. Bid $1,300 for a pair of sneakers. When I put it that way, it seems like a bad investment. We're at 14, aren't we? You said 13. Yeah, okay. Bid $1,400. Bid $1,400. You do, come on. Bid $1,500 up front. Bid $1,600 anywhere in the room. $1,600. Okay, sold. It's tax deductible, so really it's a bargain. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do one more just because that was so fun. I'm gonna take this shirt off my back. Right now on stage, I will take this shirt off for charity, and I want to add one thing. I was just in a thrift store the other day. I wandered in and saw this. It's like Castiel feathers. It's a Castiel Hawaiian shirt, even in Castiel colors. So I thought, how perfect. But I'm never going to wear it again. So I'm going to, and also I will take it off, and that's like a little bit of a, like, I understand what I'm doing. It's a little bit of a stripper thing, right? But so much of this event is basically transactional prostitution anyway. So I feel like let's lean into it, let's call a spade, and have a charitable impact with it. So I'm not going to bid for this shirt. Who wants to bid $250? Bid $250, bid $300, bid $400, bid $500, bid $600, bid $500, that's it? Okay, bid $600, bid $700, bid, I don't know why I have to say bid each time. Bid $800, $800 in the back, $850, somewhere up in the front for people. Bid $900, bid, somebody bid $900, let's make it an even $1,000. $1,000 up front, $1,000 in the middle. Yes, $1,000. Bid $1,100. Okay, that's enough, $1,000. Because I'm gonna feel bad when Okay, so you have to make good on your $1,000, though, even though I kind of cheated you. Pass it back. Okay, enough of that shenanigans. I see. No, what's that? Well, good to know where your heart really lies. It's for charity. Right, make me out to be a heartless non-stripper. How often does that come up for people? Like, man, what a selfish piece of shit he is. I offered him money for charity, and he refused to strip. It does make me feel bad, actually. Hello, would you like to help save me from this? Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha, I'm Kiani.
Hi.
Recently, you posted a funny story of trying to take a photo for your Epic Pass.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering if you could elaborate a little more on that story, possibly recreate the face that you had to make, and if you've had to do that with any other locations that you've taken pictures for IDs.
No, this is, I think, like a new AI phenomenon, actually. So I recently was getting a ski pass, and it was a ski pass that's sort of like it's a photo ID, but they send it to you in the mail, and you just fill out the thing online, and then you upload a photo, and then they send you the ski pass. And I took a photo, uploaded my photo, and then it said, "Error, you appear to be trying to upload a photo of a celebrity." And you know how annoying it is to fill out a form online? Like, it's just like, oh, this is tedious, da, da, da. And then it was like, error, and I was like, there's that first wave of frustration of like, oh my God, what do I do about this problem? And then of course the second wave of absolute glee as if they recognize me. But then I uploaded another photo, it sent the same error message, and then it was a little bit more daunting, like if you have one more attempt, and then basically, we won't allow you to ski this year. So I did my third photo with my face as contorted as possible. And so that's what my ski pass looks like. I have this really ridiculous looking expression, which apparently the AI algorithm doesn't filter out for. Probably, at some point, somebody figured out, they could just, they could upload a distorted photo of a celebrity. Isn't that a problem? But then their filter would be just filtering out people who just don't look great, and then that would be prejudice. So I think that I figured out how to dodge the system. We were just talking and apparently it is an AI thing. They're using AI to match faces. I don't know why. What kind of are they having a big problem with people uploading photos of celebrities on their Epic passes? It seems like a weird thing, but I was just chatting with Ruth in the green room about the new SAG contract, which has artificial intelligence was a big sticking point, and it's still a sticking point. A lot of actors are not going to vote for this new contract because the producers are allowed to use AI in the new contract. If they have us on contract, they can get us to do whatever they want in post-production, basically. So if we shoot a scene and, for example, I did not do what the director wanted, the director can be like, you know what, make him do what I wanted. And that makes me really nervous because I've worked with Richard Speight and I don't want him to ever have that kind of a victory lap. So for me, I think there's only upside, but if you have real talented actors who make decisions in their performances, it could be a real problem for them. So it is an interesting thing to look at down the road, how much of the performances that we're going to see are actually what people did, and how much is somebody in post-production deciding, I think it would be more interesting here if he stuck out his tongue while he was talking here and licked the face of the other actor. Actually, as I write that, it sounds like it could be interesting, but I went off the path a bit there. I apologize. Hi.
Hey Misha, I'm Cass, with 2 S's like the script.
Oh.
I have a question. All those videos you promised, when are you going to finish that list?
What videos?
All the videos you promised on Twitter?
What videos did I promise?
Oh my god, you forgot, guys. You fucking forgot.
Yeah.
Also, where's mine? Because my name is Cass.
The community videos. The text.
Uh-oh, it's starting to get like an angry mob vibe. Did I promise to send everybody individualized?
To be fair, Steph put me up to this.
Okay. Where is she? Steph? AI did that, yes. My account was co-opted. This happens to me all the time. I'm sorry. But no, I am going to not do what I said. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, next time. Do you want to talk about something else? Since I didn't even know what you were talking about.
I got a question.
Okay.
If you were to be on The Boys,
Yes.
what superpower would you want?
I would want, if I were on The Boys, I would want the superpower to be able to stand up tall, look directly in his eyes, and tell Eric Kripke, no, I'm not doing that. There's so many things, like poor, oh, I'm still tucked in. Somebody could have said something. Have you seen the spin-off of The Boys, Gen Z? Yes. I think it's quite good. But Eric is a sadistic, twisted individual, and what he did to poor Alex Calvert. How many of you have seen this? Yeah, so I'm going to spoil a little scene. It doesn't ruin the whole series, but it pretty much does. So Alex Calvert was on Supernatural for several years, was a series regular. In some ways, Eric could say that he built Alex's career by, giving him this amazing opportunity on Supernatural. But Eric has like a God complex, obviously. I mean, he made the writer of Supernatural into God on Supernatural. So he actually thinks of himself that way. Eric, if you're watching this, I'd love to work with you again sometime. So Eric gave Alex this career. And then, as God, as he sees himself as a God, he's going to take away that career by then making him do a scene full frontal where his penis swells up and explodes. Which he did. Poor Alex. And by the way, I haven't even checked in on him, but I don't know how. He must be, I hope he's recovering. That looked brutal. I mean, ugh. Anyway, and there's another one coming down the pipe. Another actor. You know about these things?
Yes.
Well, I do. And I have to say, if I ever do get the call from Eric, I'll be like, hey, so get some details maybe about what we're doing. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's horrible. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
My question was, if you had your own Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor, what would it be and what would you call it?
This is a question I have not given any thought to. Is that something that they do? Do people actually get to name their own Ben & Jerry's flavors? There's Cherry Garcia, that's the only one I know about.
But I think one of the late night shows has his own flavor.
Oh, someone has a flavor? That's like reaching the pinnacle, isn't it? Like Ben & Jerry's. What would you flavor your ice cream? Do Do you have an answer for this question? How did you come to the question?
I stole it from my sister.
Oh, your sister gave it to you.
Yeah.
So you said, I don't know what to ask. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, this is what it was like when we couldn't talk about Supernatural. We got a lot of these kind of questions. I think something like with a good must to it, like a yak butter tea ice cream. Does that sound good? What's that?
Castiel peanuts.
That is not what I heard. Castiel peanuts. Oh well. Thank you. Tell your sister next time. Different question. Hi.
Hi, Misha.
Hi.
I'm Susan from Dallas, first time in Hawaii.
Hi, Susan from Dallas.
My question is, what is Castiel's greatest regret?
Oh boy, where to start, right? When he was God, he could have fixed the world, but failed to. He harbored his feelings for 10 years without actually sharing them, and waited until he was about to die in order to express his, affections. He never really patched things up with his angel brethren in heaven. He never actually felt like he belonged on earth. He had very few friends. He had a very, very limited wardrobe. I think as Cass looks back on his life, it's probably nothing but one giant sweep of regret, right? Yeah. Oh, but you nod in agreement. Like, yeah, that's how I see it. It's a total waste of breath. Can't believe you hate Cass so much. I think, in the big picture, Cass, the thing that I like about that character is that he always tried to do the right thing. He always tried to do what he thought was good and righteous, and sometimes he made mistakes. But that was always his North Star, and I do quite like that about him, and so that is one thing that I think he will not regret. To just put a little cherry on the top of a real shit sandwich. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hi Misha, it's Suze, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
We were discussing this over dinner the other night. What TV or movie moment gives you goosebumps every time you watch it?
I love the bit where Keanu Reeves finally sees things as they are in The Matrix. I think that's really great. And then the other one that's always gets me, like I've watched it probably 500 times, when Cass says, "I'm gonna go interrogate the cat." I think that just speaks to human nature. Thank you. Hi.
Hello, my name's Cecily. I met you in Burlington, Washington. You signed your cookbook with all my 6 boys' names in there.
Aww.
And you were so gracious that day because my 10-year-old autistic son was having issues waiting with the crowd, and so you let us go first. So that was amazing.
Are you sure this was me?
I have the pictures. So I want to know, okay, so your cookbook, me and my children have done almost every recipe in that book, and it has made so many memories for us. So I want to thank you for that, and we'll continue to use the book, and we're going to continue to make more memories. But my question to you is, what were you like as a kid?
That was a real right turn. I was a pretty shy kid. I was a pretty quiet kid. I think I thought of myself as a watcher. So I would just sort of scope out other people a lot. I think I was pretty sensitive. I was not terribly well socialized. My mom moved a lot, and we were in a different school every year, sometimes 2 schools in a year. So I was always the new kid, and I was kind of chubby and wore weird clothes and just didn't quite fit in. And I think that I then like started using comic relief to try to find a way to ingratiate myself to people, but still felt like I was a little bit of a loner and a little bit of an outsider for a long time. So I was like and I was a weird kid too. Like I thought it was cool to have a giant floppy raspberry colored beret when I was 10 because I heard the song Raspberry Beret and I thought, that's cool. I'll have my mom make me a giant floppy like jester court beret and wear that to school. I wasn't terribly, I remember on the playground this kid like kind of knocked me down on the ground and I got up and I was like, I told him in front of all the kids were laughing at me and I was like crying and pulling myself off the ground and I thought I'll show him and I said, drop dead you, Jake, his name was Jake. So I was pretty like, then after that people didn't screw around with me. Yeah, it's pretty badass. I don't know, what a weird question to have to grapple with. I still kind of feel like that kid, I don't know, awkward and weird and trying to fit in but not actually succeeding most of the time. Yeah. Right, well you all don't fit in with regular society, which is why we're all here. So this is a safe space. Hi.
Hi, Misha. I just wanted to know, what's your favorite thing to do with your kids when you're not here?
I don't know. We love just messing around. We love cooking together. I like trying to get them to do things that I want to do, and they like trying to get me to do things they want to do. It's a constant battle of wits. We do a lot of laughing, and they are unfortunately getting better and better at making fun of me, which I don't love. I was bragging to the kids. I got my friend called he's a New York Times comedy columnist, and he called to interview me he was like, hey, I want to interview you about what it's like to be funny and handsome, because I'm doing a story about funny, handsome comics. And I was like, what are you doing to me? Like, there's no possible way that I can do this interview and not come across as a total asshole. Like, yeah, I'm funny and handsome. And so I was like, oh, Jason, this is gonna come across terrible. And then he did the interview and it came out, and in fact it did, like I did look like a megalomaniacal douche, but I nonetheless took the opportunity to brag to my kids about it. I was like, kids, guess who's in the New York Times? An article about being funny and handsome. They were like, Mason immediately said, oh, Dad, you used to be handsome. I didn't know that. So I grounded her. Thank you.
Hi, Misha. Michelle from Australia, first timer. Misha, you clearly have a passion for politics, and I've seen you've been over to the Ukraine and things like that. I was wondering if you were thinking about running for some sort of public office down there.
Well, I think I often, when I was younger, I definitely thought I was going to go into politics, and then I ended up entering at the White House and thinking, oh, this is not the right approach at all. I'll go do something meaningful with my life. You laugh. Like work on the CW, and then really, as I started to develop a heightened political anxiety in the lead up to the 2016 election, I have gotten more and more engaged in actual politics. I've been working on some nonprofit stuff before that, but as I have stepped a little bit deeper into those waters, I've thought about it more, and I think about how terrible the process is. People are so nasty to one another, and the modern political climate is so vitriolic and so rife with personal attacks. It used to be that there was this sort of unspoken code of conduct, which was at least somewhat civil in the political arena. Always a little bit dirty, but there was a little civility to it, and that seems to be gone. So the thought of like stepping into those waters and bringing my kids along is kind of terrifying to think about. But I don't know, I'm interested in being involved in the conversation, and I'm interested in being one of many millions of voices that maybe help steer the collective conversation in a better direction. I think when we, for example, what's going on in Gaza right now, it's a horrific situation that has galvanized the world into paying attention. But one of the most important things that I think that's bringing to the fore is how we talk to each other has become so polarized and so toxic that no one can listen. And it seems like we have so many opportunities to take a pause and to really try to understand one another, really try to listen, and really try to find a path toward solutions that aren't just about us and them. And I don't know how to transcend that in the modern political world, but it seems like a guiding light that we could all be working toward. I'm not actually answering your question, I noticed. But I'm blathering on. Thank you.
But just, you do a lot of good work, so thank you, Misha.
Thank you very much. I gave her $50 to ask that question. Hi.
Hi, aloha Misha, I'm Kat.
Hi, Kat.
Thank you very much for helping us with Maui. I really appreciate that. Give it up for him. Thank you so much. My question is, if Cass, as a human, were to take a vacation in Hawaii, what would he do, and what new local food would he like to try?
Well, as you know, Cass is usually not a big eater. But I think he would probably go swimming in a lava lake. That's what I would do if I were possessed of enough powers to be able to stand that. Would he be okay? Yeah, he'd recover. What would happen to the trench coat, though? What do you think he would do? What would Cass do here?
Well,
what should he do?
What?
What should he do?
Anything. This is Hawaii, man. Sunbathe. He's gonna have to take off the trench coat, though.
I see. I see where this is going. The whole cast of characters never really did on the show. They never did a lot of vacationing. Did you notice that?
I did, and I was hoping they'd come to Hawaii.
They should. Actually, we talked about that. We tried to persuade the producers to do, we're in season 12. We feel like we've earned it. We should do an episode on the road. We should go to Hawaii. And we're like, oh yeah, no. Yeah, but we tried. That would have been ideal.
Maybe in the next movie?
That's right, in the next movie, the next imaginary movie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Misha. I'm Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
I just wanted to say that I really appreciate you and Cass so much that I recently got a tattoo for Cass.
Hold on, we have a phone call coming in. Go on, it sounds important. Hi. You got a Cass tattoo?
Yes. Well, kind of.
Okay, not really.
His hand.
Oh. So technically my hand.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. On your shoulder?
On my arm.
Oh, okay. That's tasteful. What does that represent to you?
Love.
Oh. Well, that's very sweet.
It's a screenshot from the show.
I see. Does it hurt? Did it hurt?
It was uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's love.
My question is, I'm actually here celebrating my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I was wondering if you have a favorite birthday memory.
My favorite birthday memory. I was very excited when I was turning 4 because I thought like I was basically being grown up. I remember we got a bunch of little baby bunny rabbits, which were so adorable, and me and my brother like raised them up. It was, I guess I got them, and then our dog ate them. I used to have this weird thing when I was a kid. For some reason, I was always sick or injured on my birthday. So it was like, it developed into this thing where I was like kind of dreading my birthday. I bruised my kidney when I was 11. When I was 9, my mom threw a surprise party for me. And I was like so excited. And all the kids in my class came and spent the night. It was like an overnight slumber party, surprise party. I was new at the school, so I didn't really know the kids that well. And I fell asleep. And the girls in the class pulled down the blanket and took a photo of me naked because I slept naked. So that was deeply traumatizing, which seems to be a theme of this panel, me talking about childhood panel. And there was another surprise party that my mom threw. I came home from college. My birthday's in the summer, so it was my 18th birthday. I came home from college. My mom threw another surprise party for me, but none of my friends lived in the area, so she invited her friends and my brother's friends, no friends of mine, at my surprise party. So it was, I hate my birthday. Thanks for bringing up a sore subject.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope you have better birthdays in the future.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi, Misha. I'm Kristen. How are you?
I'm good, Kristen.
I am here really representing my best friend, Heather, who is one of your biggest fans. She's been to several conventions, always gets her picture with you.
Is she here now?
She is here now.
Where's
Heather, stand up.
Stand up, Heather. Hi, Heather. Hi.
She always gets very nervous with your photos, of course.
Well, this is, I'm sure, helping a lot.
But she would love to know,
okay,
being that she has another photo coming up with you.
How Heather is
what advice do you
red
have?
and mortified.
No, she asked me to ask you this. So, what advice do you have for those who are nervous with either a photo or autograph from you?
Well, ironically, that question makes me quite nervous. So, well done. I don't have a good answer for you. I think maybe having your friend embarrass you in front of maybe 700 or 800 people.
We've been embarrassing each other all week in Hawaii, by the way.
Have you? What other terrible things have happened?
We've been forcing each other to wear very embarrassing t-shirts every day.
I see, but you're wearing actually quite tame clothing right now. Yes, I see.
The competition has ended.
Yes, I see. You know what? I'm going to watch for you, and I'm going to try my hardest to make it as difficult for you as possible.
Thank you for that.
I hope that helps. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha. I'm Martha. I live in the year when I was in San Francisco. I managed to hack Amazon a little bit and watch Gotham Knights. I want to say it was good and you were great. I would have told you earlier, but I wasn't allowed to mention the show.
Well, thank you for saving it.
Well, my question mainly is, do you find it harder to do fight scenes with technically yourself? And when you're playing more than one character, do you get paid twice as much?
Yes, you understand quite a lot of the details of how the industry works. Yes, I made $5 million in that scene. The question is, do I get? What was the question?
Is it harder to do fight scenes with yourself?
With yourself. Well, I'm a, like, kind of a fight scene natural. Why did you simultaneously break out into laughter? I'm frankly offended by this.
We know you.
I'll give you an example. We were filming Supernatural, and there was a specific shot that Robert Singer was directing, and he had a very specific shot that's sort of a throwback to 1970s grindhouse movies, which was I was going to punch directly into the lens, and what's his name? The tall guy, Jared. Jared was playing like possessed by Sam Hain or something. Is that right? Am I right? Okay. And he was like coming around the corner, and I was gonna surprise him with a sucker punch, and I had to punch right into the lens. And at the time, there were a lot of people back in Video Village where they have the monitors where they're watching what the cameras see. We did the first take, and everyone burst out into laughter. And I was like, what was so funny? And Jensen came around the corner because he was back at the monitors. He said, Misha, that was hilarious. And he then saw my expression and he was like, you weren't kidding. And then they did the playback for me. And so the camera is coming right at me, and then I went, You'll notice as the series wears on, Castiel has fewer and fewer fight scenes. It started out with these like ambitious knife fights and things like that, and then later on it's like, Castiel just raises his hand and uses a power. But he raises his hand deliberately and slowly. Not a quick movement. So anyway, long story short, I have evolved as an actor and a human being. And an athlete, I might add. And so when we were filming Gotham Knights, we had this elaborate scene where I am in a fight scene against myself. For those of you who haven't seen it, there's an episode where I get into my own psyche and I'm confronting my alter ego, and it erupts into a real brawl. And there's a portion of this scene where whatever the character was named, Harvey Dent is fighting his alter ego, and they go throw into the wall, they smash through a glass table, then they come back up again, and they're back up on the desk. And it was a very long scene, it was a very difficult scene to film, and it was an ambitious day of filming, but we had to get the whole scene done in one day. And they saved the fight for the end, and this is a typical thing that we do in filming television. They'll do, for a fight scene, they'll do a pass with the stunt doubles, so that they can do they're not gonna throw me through the glass, because they know that I will fuck it up. So they do that with the stunt double. But while they're at it, they do a pass with just the stunt doubles. And they get the whole fight scene done with just the stunt doubles. And then they will swap out. So I would be one character in the fight and then another character in the fight. Anyway, long story short, in that scene, we got the stunt double portion done. And then I was like, okay, who do you want me to be? And they're like, no, don't worry about it, we got it. I wasn't even in that. I wasn't even in the whole fight scene. So no, it's actually really easy to fight yourself. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hi Misha, this is my first Supernatural convention.
How's it going so far?
Good.
Good.
A little bit nervous.
Are you also hot? You're in a trench coat. I'm sweating in like this thin shirt. Oh, I guess I was wearing two earlier.
Specifically for your panel.
I know, really?
My question for you is, you've had to play different alter egos of Castiel as well as yourself. Which one was your favorite to play, and was there an alter ego of Castiel you would have liked to play if you could?
Well, I'll tell you, I wish I had gotten to play the human version of Castiel for longer, because Castiel's starting to explore what it was like to be human, like discovering that you don't eat toothpaste and stuff like that was just, it was an interesting arc, and I wish we had done it for longer. There's a small pro-human cast contingency here. One of the alter egos that I played was, I played the actor Misha Collins, who plays Castiel in an episode. And I like that. That was, you know, because it was like, got to be, you know, my name on the screen. When I got that script, I asked the writer, Ben Edlund, I said, can you make the Misha character like the quintessential douchey Hollywood actor? And so he punched up the script a little bit, but I felt like he could have done more. I wanted him to like push it a little further. So while we were filming it, I'd added in a few little things, like the hair and makeup person is adjusting my hair, and when I'm done with her, I just push her away. And you know, one of the PAs says, good night, Misha, and I ignore him. And there's just like I peppered in some things that made me seem very self-absorbed and arrogant. And then my manager happened to watch that episode, and he called me afterwards and he said, Misha, it's so great to see you just playing yourself. And that was a nice moment for me to realize, like, oh, that is how I come across, isn't it? I say that because there were, they kind of made fun of each of us in that episode. Like Jared played, you know, a heightened version of Jared, who has he has a giant wall-sized portrait of himself in his home in the episode. And it's like, oh, it's kind of, it's not too, but the apple doesn't fall that far from that tree. So when we were done with the filming for the season, Jared was like, hey, so what are you guys doing with that? Yeah. I wonder where he keeps it. Oh, I know. Over on the ceiling, over the bed.
How do you know?
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha. My name is Audrey. I'm from Supernatural, British Columbia.
Ah.
It's from Vancouver. There is a message.
Did you ever see us filming there?
Unfortunately, I was poor and I was in high school, so I can't skip class.
No. That's never true. I was poor and I skipped class.
I want to say...
Hey, what does being poor have to do with that? I mean, you could go after school. You weren't watching the show then, were you?
Yes, I was.
You were?
I was. I started watching in 2019, but I knew you because my friend has a huge crush on you decades ago.
Decades ago? I know I have a bit of gray in my beard. But that stung.
I wanted to say something sweet. I want to say, I want to say 我们爱你 for Chinese fan base, and also I don't speak English before I watch Supernatural, so thank you, Supernatural.
What does that mean?
We love you. I love Supernatural.
Thank you. That's very sweet. My kids have been taking Chinese for several years now, and my daughter's been quite into it. And she is now at the point where she's starting to write the characters and also learn phrases. And she can say things like whole phrases. And her teacher will just she'll just get on the Zoom and say, here's what I want to learn today, and then she'll come back and say a whole phrase in Chinese to me, and I'm like, oh honey, what does that mean? And she said, my dad is a hairy old goat. Also sweet.
So you're hot, Dad.
Oh, thanks.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
Good, pleasure to meet you. My girlfriend and I have your book, Some Things I Still Can't Tell You, and I was just curious as to what got you into poetry.
I don't really know what got me into writing poetry. I was just sitting in a cafe one day, and the first poem I wrote is in that book. It's called Baby Pants, and it's about going over to a friend's house. And my friend was one of the first friends I had who had kids. My friends Justin and Karina. And I, at that point in my life, was not sure I was gonna have kids. And I had this real upwelling of emotion, like, oh, am I gonna miss out on this chapter of life? So that first poem I wrote was about pining for a possible future children, or worrying about missing out on that chapter of life. But I don't know, I think it just came from sort of some strange urge to express some emotional aspect of my life. I definitely did not think I was ever going to show anyone my poems, which actually I think is the only reason that I was able to write them in the first place. After I published a few poems, I don't know, like 10 years ago, and then there was like a period of about 3 years where I was like, I am not writing any more poems because somebody might read them. It took me a while to get over that, but I don't know. I don't really, I don't know what the underlying impetus was, other than for me it was more just about trying to express something to myself.
All right, thank you very much.
Hello, Misha. I'm Michael from North Carolina.
Hi, Michael.
You were actually down in Jacksonville the first weekend in November.
A couple weeks ago.
Yes, I was actually in that same hotel. We did a Navy reunion down there. We didn't even know you guys were going to be down there.
Oh, really? That would have been a little bit more convenient for you.
That's true.
Yeah, you would have saved the bundle on airfare.
I'm over here because I'm actually representing my wife.
Oh, is she also embarrassed?
She's here. She's the one who gave you your leg.
Oh,
actually.
Oh, your wife laid me. So, this is actually a very nice lei. They're real flowers. I think. Yes, they are.
It's funny you mentioned that too, is because she tells me all the time that I'm going to be her ex-husband.
Oh, well, this is awkward. Wow. Is she aware of that fact? That you're okay with that?
Yes, she is aware of that.
Huh, so he's apparently looking for an out. I don't want to get in the middle of this. What do you want to talk about?
Well, the question that I'm actually representing from her is you play different characters, as in Castiel and Lucifer in Supernatural, and now you're in Gotham Knights playing Harvey Dent and Two-Face. Which of those characters do you like doing better, and why?
I have a special place in my heart for good old, just regular Castiel, because I feel like I actually got to know that character. I played him for so long that it ended up feeling like he was a friend of mine, and I know that sounds kind of schizophrenic, but it's true. There was something about being immersed in that one character for so long that I can't help but having an emotional connection to him now. That said, after 12 years of playing Castiel, it got, God, how do you characterize this? Boring. It was like a lot of the same stuff after 12 years. So for me, doing Gotham Knights was really refreshing, because it was getting to play a real human character, although it was like borderline in that department, but it was for me, I was actually I went into that project a little bit nervous, like, am I going to even be able to play someone who comes across as an ordinary human being and not this, like, kind of strange, nerdy angel character that I've been so accustomed to playing? But I quite liked it. I really enjoyed that process and feel like I would like more human roles. So maybe Eric, if you're still watching. No, I'll never work for him again. That was great. I really had fun with that. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Yes. Hi.
Hello. My name's Elizabeth. I like to read books a lot. Do you have any recommendations that you have enjoyed?
I have been reading some Coetzee books lately. Have you ever read him? He's a South African novelist. I really like his stories. I have a very, very dear friend who finds them very depressing and wonders what's wrong with me. And I think that that's a fair question. But I quite like Coetzee. You haven't ever read him. What do you read?
Like mysteries, murder mysteries, stuff like that.
Do you have any good recommendations of a murder mystery?
I also do historic. If you like World War II at all, there's a really good...
I love World War II. One of my favorite wars. So much fun.
There's a lot of history on it, but it's called A Higher Call. It's really good. It is a true story. It's not based, it is a true story.
Okay, great. Thanks for the recommendation. I'll check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi there. My question is, the poet John Keats once wrote in his poem, Ode on a Grecian Urn, "Beauty is truth, truth beauty, that is all ye know on earth, and all ye need to know." By contrast, Plato in the Republic warns of poetry's power to make a falsehood seem true.
What is this? Graduate level literature class?
What then is the relationship between beauty as
Wait,
achieved
you
by
have to,
the
what's the
artist?
second quote? What's the second quote again?
By contrast, Plato in the Republic warns of poetry's power to make a falsehood.
Start from the top. Start from the top. I have actually gotten this question so many times. Will you start from the top?
Yeah, start from the top.
Rob wants to hear the whole question.
Okay,
This is, by the way, this is like very typical.
Starting from the
Question
top.
for my
Okay, this is any given panel, this would be an average question. So you didn't know. Go, continue.
The poet John Keats once wrote in
Okay.
his poem, Ode on a Grecian Urn,
You know it.
"Beauty is truth, truth beauty, that is all you know on earth, and all you need to know." By contrast, Plato in the Republic warns of poetry's power to make a falsehood seem true by beautifying it. What then is the relationship between beauty, as achieved by the artist, and truth?
Congratulations. That was a great take. You got it.
We've been doing this a long time, and I finally think we've peaked in questions I hate. That's important.
But answer the question.
I'm going to go with pineapple means swinger. Right? What do you think, dude, Billy?
Did you want to take a shot at
You're
it?
going to weigh in on this one?
I just, no, I think, here's the thing. Poetry in everything, and it's in the eye of the beholder, as Shakespeare said, and I think, really, when we're talking about words, it's beautiful. Thank you.
I really think I can't say it any better than you did, because I think you summed up what we're all thinking right now. Yeah. Thank you very much. I actually am moved to tears by both the question and the answer that it didn't bring to mind.
Yeah. As much as I hated the question, I give Rob's answer a full Misha beard.
We love you, and we love your spirit and
No, we don't.
poetry.
No, we don't.
Except Richard, because he's a sourpuss.
Sourpuss.
You heard me.
Make it a poem so it sounds more beautiful.
What? Rich is a sourpuss. He's not, you tell him, you ask a question and he says no, puss.
Wow.
I couldn't have anything with puss. Puss.
You did set yourself up for a challenge by ending your stanza with sourpuss.
I I'm a poet, I didn't know it.
Yes, sir. Mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, Misha Collins.